devil may cry.
What's up, troops? Finally, we have an actually fun Dante mission. No dishonest garbage, just fun fights back to back. We open with cutlasses, who are a little bit finicky. Getting familiar with their movement took me a bit of time, but the most effective way of fighting them being based on landing just releases with Royal Guard mean even when things were going poorly, it always felt good to murder them. My opening strat for this fight got pretty lucky. As soon as you skip the cutscene, hit taunt, then mash R1 plus back plus circle to do drive as soon as possible. This timing will line you up perfectly for knocking one of them out from underground, guaranteed every time. But as you can see here, sometimes you get lucky and get an extra one. The easiest attack to parry is their cross-up jump attack. Just make sure you hold the stick in the opposite direction they come from, and it's pretty easy to do a jump release as they fall down. When they're on land, simply continuing to attack stops them from burrowing under again, and they're dispatched quickly. The lab battle is some serious catharsis. Back in Mission 6, this place was absolute hell as Nero, but the boy Dante does not care about these flying assholes. Shotgun shreds them, and Trickster makes them both easy to dodge and easy to chase down with air trick. The Angelos are actually the most threatening part of the battle, since they can move in odd, unexpected ways when they're off screen. If you can isolate them and eliminate them with a real impact, you make things much easier for yourself. When it's just the swords, it's nigh impossible to get hit because your Trickster shotgun combo is just so good. Chasing down the last of the swords can be a bit clumsy, but it's totally risk-free. The fastest way to kill them all is to use nothing but the shotgun, but I like gathering up whatever style points I can, no matter how minor. It doesn't actually matter much to the mission because you're swimming in them, but hopping around using one attack over and over goes against my gamer code of ethics. The back-to-back Angelo battles in this room are the real meat of this mission. The first one is a nice little warm-up. They trickle in one at a time, and it's only Bianco Angelos to deal with, so things are pretty easy. I messed up a little here and didn't kill the second one quickly enough, so I had to take my time and play a bit more carefully. But if you're quick about it, you can real impact the second guy before the third shows, and keep it down to a 1v1 at all times. Opening this fight with Omen isn't for any damage or truly tactical reasons. It's actually just to mess with their AI and speed things up. By doing this, the Alto Angelo will snap its fingers and pull the Biancos to it much faster than if you didn't. Now you want to do the inverse and leave them alone because you want to let all their attack routines play out. Hang out for a bit and the gold guy will initiate a team attack with his pals. If you're lucky, he'll summon the big ball of energy, which can be deflected to kill the two little dudes and leave the Alto one hit from dead. In this attempt, I got the other attack. He orders the two Biancos to suicide rush at you, which clears them out but leaves him at full health. The goal now is to try and deal with the remainders as they appear. A distortion real impact nearly kills the Alto in one blow, so the goal is to set him up for one of those. By making him raise his shield and then hitting it once, you'll freeze him in place just long enough for him to drop it right as the real impact hits. Without this technique, you're probably going to be chasing them all over and taking a lot of time to clear them out, so it's well worth learning. Now for the Basilisks. What a dumb name, seriously, who named this enemy? Anyway, this is somewhat of a filler fight, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a free win. Keeping things simple is the key. Trickster, Shotgun, Rebellion are your most absolute basic tools and all you need to utilise to stay safe. Make sure you never overcommit and keep your wits about you and listen for audio cues. Slow and steady is absolutely the strategy here. No need for any drastic deviations, keep it up and eventually they'll all go down. It's important to keep around at least 5 or so bars of Devil Trigger coming out of this fight for the boss, but that shouldn't be much of a problem. Things can definitely feel a bit scary at this point. Even with Trickster there are a few close calls, and more than a couple of times here I thought for sure I was done. Although getting to this point isn't too tough, it is time consuming and I lost more than a few runs here, so I was always on edge coming into this fight. Thankfully everything went exactly as planned and these dogs were not a problem. Burial is thankfully a very simple fight, mostly because him and Real Impact do not have a good relationship, which we are going to exploit to the absolute fullest. Running alongside him will make him throw out this big twirly jump slash, which you can easily jump out of the way of, then walk back in to uppercut him into oblivion. It's important you don't deal any noticeable amount of damage before doing this. The lower his health bar, the more resistant he becomes to being staggered, meaning there's no guarantee you'll knock his flames off in one attack. By doing this when his health is nearly full, you'll get staggered and you can chain the Real Impacts into each other and knock him over completely. Move around to his front and keep up the pressure. As you can see, this obliterates his health bar. Just be a little cautious and abuse Devil Trigger and Trickster and the last sliver of health will go down without issue. Dive kicks chain into each other to keep you safe from any ground based attacks, and repeatedly jump cancelling off his massive body is incredibly easy and means you always have an air dodge ready to go. I guess you can do whatever you want at this point as long as you're staying safe, but jump cancel dive kicks have a special place in my heart thanks to that Devil May Cry 3 nostalgia to them. That was mission 16, thanks for watching guys, catch you next time.